The flag bearer of the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has been screened for the forthcoming 2023 presidential election. Speaking shortly after the screening exercise at the party's National Secretariat in Abuja on Tuesday, the politician said he would defeat Atiku Abubakar in the 2023 poll. He called on Nigerians to support the party to emerge strong.
A lot of issues, especially in the last 1 or 2 decades in this country. What Nigerians are saying, and I believe in that what we need is somebody who can come and salvage this country. Where we are going now is so dangerous for all of us. And that is why in 2023, Nigerians will go for somebody who is capable to protect lives and properties and ensure development across the country and give equal opportunities to everybody.
Clearview TV's Emel Fonokon, who witnessed the screening exercise, says Kwankwaso promised to end insecurity and restructure the country.
Even though this is not the first time that I am having this golden opportunity to go through screening. I have gone through screening for many years by the SSS, for the police, by the committees like this, beginning from 1991 during the SDP days when I went to be screened as a member of the House of Representatives, and of course to date this is my 17th election, both primary and secondary.
Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is a Nigerian politician who was the governor of Kano State from 1999 to 2003 and 2011 to 2015. After losing his re-election in 2003, he was appointed the Minister of Defense of the Fourth Republic with no prior military background from 2003 to 2007 under the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. He was later elected to the Senate in 2015, serving one term under the platform of the All Progressives Congress (APC), representing Kano Central Senatorial District. Kwankwaso is currently the national leader of the New Nigeria People's Party. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has cried foul after he lost out in the PDP primary to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Wike said some PDP governors in the South-South played the spoiler as they were used to scuttle his bid to become the party's presidential candidate. The Rivers State Governor bared his mind while addressing residents of the state after he returned to Port Harcourt from the Abuja convention.
On ground to receive the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike after the PDP convention in Abuja are thousands of Rivers State sons and daughters. After the hero's welcome, the governor made his way to the government house to brief the people of the state of his experience. While speaking, the governor therefore noted that history will never forgive all those who betrayed the South-South geopolitical zone.
Some of the governors from the South, that they are the people they use to sabotage our interest. Shame to them. You're a governor. You go to a meeting, agree on something that your people would not take the control. The same people will go. I've never seen anything like that, man. A governor. And tomorrow is, oh, the South is a minority. You are the one making yourself to be in a minority. And you are complaining on minority. We have done what we are supposed to do. By standing firm in what we agreed by the entire South. Leave history for those betrayers of their people. History will judge them. They will live and see how betrayers suffer.
Wike accused the PDP of violating the rules of the game, noting that the 2022 convention has shown that Rivers State can no longer be taken for granted. Wike says he will stick to the vow he made to support whoever emerges as the party's presidential candidate.
Somebody has spoken. It is at that point he was speaking that he can say, I'm withdrawing. You don't call him back. I just said, look, this our party must not be destroyed. I would have left where I was sitting down. I said, no, this convention can't go on, except you allow me to talk. And I would have flattened that, because he says a human being. I would have flattened him. I saw one governor who was dancing. Meanwhile, he did not bring one delegate. He did not. I told Abubakar this afternoon when he came to see me, I said, some of these people follow you here. You don't have vote. They're empty. I have vote. Yes, it may be painful to you. Yes, it may be painful to us. But we cannot abandon the party.
Wike thanked Nigerians and the people of the state for their support, noting that it will continue to fight for justice, equity, unity, and peace in the country.
Going by the sensitive nature of the duties of journalists in giving vent to constitutionally guaranteed freedom of expression, for which the institution has been dubbed the fourth estate of the realm, the spate of violence unleashed on Nigerian journalists in recent times call for concern. As much as the federal government has a huge part to play in the safety of journalists, capacity building remains key in equipping journalists with the necessary tools for their safety in the course of carrying out their duties. To this end, the National Human Rights Commission in Abuja this Tuesday put together a two-day capacity building with the theme Defending the Rights of Journalists and Media Practitioners Through National Safety Mechanisms. Clearview TV's Mercy Eke has the details.
There is no gainsay that safety of journalists has been a growing concern in the country and around the world, given that some journalists operate under difficult conditions where freedom of expression and the press is relegated to the background. In such terrain, the issue of censorship, harassment, unlawful arrest and detention, and assassination are not uncommon. Speaking at a capacity building for this gentleman of the press, the Executive Secretary, National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu, noted that the commission, which is saddled with the obligation of protecting the rights of citizens, journalists not excluded, will get to any length to ensure that human rights are adequately protected at all times.
Journalists who are the agents of change and promoters of good governance should be exposed to capacity building, which they need to survive in any situation and pragmatically discharge their duties effectively. Despite relevant constitutional guarantees and legislations, there are situations in the country where freedom of expression and the press, as well as journalism safety, are violated and trampled upon for no just cause. The culprits in the circumstances could be state or non-state actors or individuals who are not comfortable with the outcomes of certain investigative journalism, usually carried out by the press, in line with their mandate of holding the government and, by extension, public officers accountable to the people.
Various resource persons at the training took turns to commend the efforts of NHRC in organizing such training and charged journalists present to adhere to the safety tips and put into practice all the knowledge that will be gathered during the training.
For journalists to build their capacity is always important for us because many newsrooms don't have the resources to provide this kind of capacity building.
We have relationship with other segments of the society to help in the conduct or monitoring the activities of journalists and protecting the rights of journalists against abuse, at the same time protecting the rights of the readers and the public against pitfalls and wrong activities by some segments of or some individuals in the media.
We are really happy that the National Human Rights Commission is putting a lot of efforts into training like this. And because we are, again, not only an advocate, not only of free media, but also of informed and quality media, it is very important to regularly have trainings like this.
On our part, we have latched onto the last two actions. There are 7 and 3 sub-actions under each of them, respectively. Our intention is to try and implement each of the sub-actions as far as funds will allow us.
NHRC Nigeria serves as an extrajudicial mechanism which safeguards the human rights of the Nigerian populace. Mercy AK reporting for Clearview Television.
One of the victims of the March 28 Kaduna train attack, Sadiq Ango Abdullahi, who is the son of the chairman of Northern Elders Forum, Professor Ango Abdullahi, has appealed to the federal government to come to their rescue by yielding to the demands of their abductors before they are harmed. In a fresh video released by terrorists, Sadiq Abdullahi, flanked by other hostages including women, lamented that their condition is deteriorating by the day while in the custody of the terrorists, hence the need for the federal government to hasten up and ensure they are released. In the new video, the male victims are subjected to kneeling down while the women sit on the mat, with masked terrorists carrying an AK-47, giving them orders on what to do. A female victim who claims to be a classmate of Vice President Osibanjo at the Nigerian Law School appealed to the government to speed up their release and also expressed fear over the condition of her son, who she said is suffering from sickle cell anemia.